So, does life have meaning? It's gotta be one of the biggest questions we ever ask ourselves. You know, this line from The Matrix, it just perfectly nails that deep, nagging feeling we all get. Turns out everyone he knows is just living in this huge computer simulation, and they have no idea.
But what if your world wasn't real? This idea isn't just sci-fi. It goes way, way back.
Yeah, like over 2,000 years ago, the philosopher Plato basically described the original Matrix. And it's kind of wild how similar the two ideas are when you put them side by side. See, Plato's whole point was that our senses fool us. The real world is found through thinking. So here's a thought. If the simulation was a paradise, would you even want to leave? Well, some thinkers say a lifetime of just happiness, it wouldn't be heaven, it'd be hell. It all comes down to choice. Happiness that's just handed to you, well, it doesn't mean much. For centuries, the answer was simple, right? It was all part of God's plan. End of story. But then, things started to shift. The question moved from God's plan to, well, our plan. And once philosophers really dug in, they came up with all sorts of different answers. Then in the 20th century, some just rejected the question itself, said it was basically nonsensical. Which brings us to the modern idea. Maybe meaning isn't found, it's something we create. So the point isn't to find the meaning, it's to give meaning to our own lives. But why do we even care so much? Well, maybe it's because we know we're gonna die. Of course, plenty of writers have poked fun at this whole quest for some grand, cosmic answer. A famous sci-fi novel actually tried to give a scientific answer with a giant supercomputer. And after 7.5 million years, it was ready with the ultimate answer. And that answer was 42. See? The computer argued the answer was fine. The problem was the question made no sense. You know, maybe Monty Python had the most practical advice for how to live a good life. And maybe that's the real takeaway here. The meaning isn't in the answer, it's in the search.